Welcome one, welcome all to the Heroes Power Hour. We're back another week to entertain you guys, to discuss everything in the Nexus, to discuss what's changing, what's happening, what we like, what we don't like. And then, Part 2 comes along, alright? Part 2 is where we dive into some games, talk about team comps, and battle our way as best we can. Who am I? I'm your host, Twiz. Very good to see you. So glad that you are here, but I'm not alone on this show. I have the entire BlizzPro crew with me. Allow me to please make just a few introductions for those of you watching for the very first time. First and foremost, on the left-hand side of your screen, you are going to see the one and only co-founder of BlizzPro.com, Mr. J.R. Cook, a.k.a. Eldorian. Welcome back to the show, man.
Hey, Twiz. Good to be here. Got Jigglypuff
right
here
there.
Joining us right here.
I see Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Again, that was one of my high school wrestling names.
You know what? We should name the Egyptian Uncle Ruckus to Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff?
I like it.
I don't know, man. The Egyptian Uncle Ruckus is just... Man. Anyways, directly across from him on the other side of the screen, it is the Diablo Master 5000. Please help me welcome to the show, the one and only Mr. Nineball playing...
And so it begins. What's going on, Twiz?
Not much, brother, man. Good to have you back. And in case you guys are wondering where this whole Shoshana thing is coming from, watch last week's episode. It was beyond epic. Beyond epic. So.
It was good. Good stuff.
What's that?
I just wanted to say one thing real quick.
What's that?
Diablo is, of course, my one true love, and Heroes has been getting more Diablo content this last month and this next month than Diablo is, and it makes me sad. And happy.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Best of both worlds, and it's all Diablo, so it really doesn't matter. So, just below him, you will see the closest we have to a permanent guest host. Oh, I saw the eye roll. I saw it. I love it. I love it. He only has to worry about it when we don't pick on him. It's one of my favorite people in the entire world, Mr. DJ Tyrant. Hi, buddy.
Hey, so good to be back on the show for the second week in a row.
For some more beatings. That's right. It's good to have you, dude. Good to have you. And last but certainly not least, the man who's going to steer the boat through the Nexus for us. It is the shot caller, the one and only Mr. Balrog Fan BP. Welcome back for another week, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. Good to have you.
How's everyone today?
I think we're good.
Good to hear.
Doing good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I was
I
always
had more to add. I really don't. Just hello.
Just hello.
Hi, chat. Hi,
What up?
everyone listening.
Hi.
All right.
Perfect.
Nailed it. Nailed it every
Nailed
time.
it.
So, anyways, like I said, guys, this is a two-part podcast. The first part is uploaded to iTunes, and that's our discussion, basically talking about, the news, the things, the happenings, the goings on in Blizzard and Heroes and everything like that. And then the second part is uploaded to YouTube. Actually, both parts are uploaded to YouTube, but the second part is the gameplay portion where we have a team comp and you can actually watch some gameplay of the five of us. Sometimes it goes really good, sometimes it goes really bad. So it's a crapshoot. You never know. But we have fun no matter what. First and foremost, couple of things, guys. In case you missed last week's show, we have a brand new Patreon account. Okay, now we do this for fun. We do this for free or anything, and stuff like that. But some people, they want to help keep things going because there are behind the scenes costs that go along with all this stuff. I mean, if you think microphones and headsets and XSplit subscriptions and all this kind of stuff and websites are free, they aren't. So, anyways, if you like the content that we're putting out and you want to become a patron, by all means, head on over to patreon.com. And I didn't put the link in there. I had one job. Patreon.com/HeroesPowerHour is the link. But you know what? I forgot the link because I was more concentrated on giving the big thank you to Luke Johnson, James, and Carl White. They are our most recent patrons, and we cannot thank you enough for what you guys have done. Certainly appreciate everything. So head on over to patreon.com/HeroesPowerHour, and there's a whole bunch of perks and benefits that go with it. So you can see all of that stuff on the web page itself. So. Anyways, let's get down to business. Let's quit all the screwing around. Let's talk about there was a little event that happened this past week. Or actually, before we even go into that, let's talk about, okay, the game's been out for a week. All right, what are you guys seeing? What do you like? What do you think about? I mean, now that it's here, okay, it's here. It's been a week. What are you guys seeing? What do you think? How's it going? Anyway.
Well, I know that I've seen, more people chatting. Because before, like in the beta and the alpha, people would just be going through and playing the game. But now that the game itself is actually released, I see a lot more interactions. Whether it's people calling each other noob and the general toxicity that's associated with MOBAs, but just more interaction between people.
I agree with that. How about you, Jimmy?
I find myself receding to Hero League as much as possible. Quick match is kind of a little bit of a disaster right now, I feel like. Yeah. You're really rolling the dice on who you're going to get teamed up with, and I see a lot of matches just being steamrolls.
Well, it's the same story everywhere you go. You know, look at World of Warcraft and looking for, LFG and LFR and everything like that. I mean, you're rolling the turd directly into the punch bowl, and you don't know what you're going to get.
It just feels worse than a few months ago.
Yeah. Well, you're at a bigger audience now.
That's true.
You're at a bigger audience. So, how about you, Mr. Eldorian, sir?
Everybody's saying bad things right now, but yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on that boat though. I know, especially last night, I just had a rough time with just people who were just toxic in nature.
Yeah.
In very back-to-back games, and before I hadn't seen that for, maybe a few weeks, and now I'm seeing it a lot more often. I'm even seeing it in Hero League a lot more now too. But as far as that goes, though, that goes with the territory. We expected that to happen. And the one thing I do like is being able, and I didn't have this blocked off, and that's probably my problem, is being able to block that allied chat.
Yeah.
When I'm playing by myself. Like if I'm playing with friends, it doesn't matter because we're on Skype, right?
Right.
So, but if I'm playing with someone else, I need to just turn it off.
Yeah.
Call it good.
Absolutely. And that, it's one of the things where, I mean, these people, they don't know who they're talking to. They don't know anything about me or you or anything like that. And you get somebody who's like, God, you just don't understand the game. And it's like, dude, I've logged more time sitting on the toilet than you have playing this game. So, you know what? I mean, don't tell me what I know and what I don't know about how this game works and how this game flows and everything. But they automatically assume that you're stupid, that you're dumb, that you came on your legs. And again, go back to last week for that story, guys. But that's case in point. That's a perfect example of somebody who thinks that all of us don't know what we're doing. But in essence, it's like, you know what? I mean, sometimes you get off to a bad start with your hero, or you're trying to work against, you're trying to lane and you're working against two other heroes that are just shutting you down ridiculously. And that doesn't mean you don't know how to play your hero. Doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. It means that you're fighting a losing battle, but you're automatically judged.
Sometimes the other team is just better.
Exactly.
They're just good. You just run into that.
Or they have a better
You're not going to win every single game.
See, last week when we ran into Arthas.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely... I guess that was actually... I was playing earlier today, and I had a player that went through... We lost one team fight on the first tribute in Cursed Hollow, and the guy was just like, GG, and then sat in the core. Didn't do anything else from there. And we ended up losing the game. It's like... This is the first engagement. We're level 3, and you're quitting now.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I don't understand that mentality of people. Like, you're coming in to play a game, and why would you, after turn 1, you're just so frustrated that you're like, screw this, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Just play the game. There's going to be a game after. You might as well go, try to do something.
Yeah.
Now,
on the flip side,
try a new build.
There you go.
And I want to jump in real quick, and it makes me happy they don't have like a concede button, because this game has bizarre comebacks, and it's really fun actually to have some crazy comebacks. But I guess that's the negative of not having a concede button, but it's also, I think, a positive in a degree. You're gonna eventually teach players and show them that there are comebacks in this game, and until your core is at 0%, keep playing.
Yeah. or if you're down by 5 levels. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. But you know what? On the flip side of that, you know, you have like you have 99 horror stories, and then you have the one good, you know, like the one good thing that happens. Case in point, last night we're all playing and just messing around or whatever. I'm trying to brush the dust off my Abathur, which sometimes it goes good, sometimes it doesn't. And we played against actually he's in the chat room right now, Atticus. And it was like right after I mean, they beat us, and right after the game, he was like, "Good game, dude." You know, it was a good time. And it's like he recognized us from the show and sent a tweet out to us, and you know, it's
those stitches hooks.
Yeah,
last night.
If you could have heard the Skype call while we were playing that game, those stitches hooks were causing just a tad bit of annoyance, I'll say that.
The first one he got me, where he's like hidden behind the thing and he hooks me in, and both of them were sitting there and they had me body blocked on both ends. I didn't even see it coming. I'm just like,
But you know what?
Had it set up perfectly.
That's the cool thing. That's you know, that's the one thing that's like, all right, you know what? We lost, but that was totally worth it. Like, you know, they had fun, we all had fun. So, anyways. Charlie, what are you seeing? The game's been out for a week. I didn't ask you, man.
Oh, I love it as usual. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like people are going to be adjusting right now, and it doesn't really bother me. I move on from game to game, and I enjoy. I like to think that maybe I was crushing people into getting better at the game when I do well, and I said do. And when I have trouble with other players, I try to learn something from them, you know, and. Actually played in a tournament this week for the Heroes of the Storm friend page, and that was a lot of fun, so I felt good about that. Just overall, it's been a good experience for me since launch.
Very cool. Cool, man. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, because if you didn't enjoy it, this show would be in trouble. So, moving right along, because of the launch, there has been a 50% XP boost, and next week it is getting increased to 100% XP boost, which is pretty legit.
I think we're going to see a lot more master skins.
Yeah?
Which is not a problem. I think it's really cool. I think it's good that they're doing this and really helping people up their levels. I mean, if you started on day 1, which was last week, if you're playing pretty consistently, you can get pretty up there in levels pretty quickly.
I love the fact that they toss around free XP like it's, you know, like it's candy. I love that. Because every other Blizzard game is a grind. And this makes me feel like the grind isn't quite so bad. Like, they want to help me through this grind. But that could be an indication of, you know, the fact that it's like, hey, I'm looking in the piggy bank here, and we've got about 1.6 million heroes we're about to throw at you. So it's still going to be a grind, but it's a good grind, you know? So.
It's helping new players catch up, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's the big thing with that one is helping players get the people that just started playing get up to the 30, get the talent unlocks, so that way they can get in and be playing the heroes that they want with all the talents and have fun.
Yep.
I feel like between like I play a lot of Hearthstone, you know, because I also run a Hearthstone show, but I feel like this game like is a lot more rewarding when I'm playing than Hearthstone is, because Hearthstone is a grind. Yeah. You only get 10 gold every 3 wins. You have to win in order to get rewarded.
Yeah. And
3 wins only gives you 10 gold, which is only 1/10 of a pack.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it feels like I'm just playing and I'm just unlocking stuff here, you know, like crazy, and it doesn't feel like that grind.
Yeah, but just to play devil's advocate really quick, there are quests that require you to win games in Heroes.
That's why they're split between you know, like 60 and 40 and stuff like that, so that way you at least complete 2 quests and you're gonna get a pack. But
you still get gold by getting to like level 5 on a hero, or
absolutely,
like that, so
yep, no, hands down, no, nail on the head. I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Plus, they don't ask you to play 5 games with Hunter, so that's fine.
This is true.
True statement. So let's talk. What's that?
I still have that quest for playing a Diablo support character stuck in my quest.
We all do. Yeah, we all do. Hey, you know what? That's something that we could talk about real quick. I posted this on. If you guys are not part of the Heroes of the Storm Friends Facebook page, we're all on there, and it's good people. I mean, there's like minimal to no toxicity in there. I mean, everybody's like, hey, you know, I want let's add me. Here's my battle tag. I usually play these guys. You know, they just had a tournament last weekend. Like, they're really on their game, and they're doing a great thing. So check out the Heroes of the Storm Friends Facebook page. We're all on there. But I made a post because somebody was talking about Chen. And I made a post, and the more I thought about this idea, the more that I liked it. I thought, what if they introduced skins that you could buy with gold? Because right now you can't buy skins with gold. Unless I'm forgetting something. But if you could buy
only master skins?
Right, only master skins. But if you could buy a Diablo skin for Lily, you know, and make her a Diablo, you know, whatever, because, I mean, it's the Nexus. It's all of the heroes fighting together, you know, fighting together and against each other from all the Blizzard franchise. So, I mean, everything's right out the window anyways. So if you had a Lily skin that was a Diablo skin, that could give you a Diablo support daily, or it could introduce new dailies that are like, we'll give you extra gold for doing this because we know you had to grind out the gold to get the skin anyways, you know, so we're going to give you extra gold for this particular daily to help you, you know, recoup that. And it promotes the grind and everything like that. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I think it's something that could fly. I know Eldorian hates it, but
yeah, I'm going to wait till other people say before I dash your hopes.
That's fine. What do you guys think? Good idea, bad idea, indifferent?
I think it'd be cool, but I don't think they're going to do it. But I would love to, you know, give Diablo a StarCraft, you know, type uniform or something. That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I don't think more gold sinks are something this game needs, at this point, at least.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not talking about, like, it should come out tomorrow. I'm, you know...
Yeah.
It's something that's maybe worth tossing around because that just introduces more skins. Because, I mean, outside of skins, there's nothing else you really need in this game. You're not grinding for gear. You're not grinding for, you know, whatever. I mean, you have all your talents. You're just basically grinding out your account XP and your hero XP. So outside of that, skins are the only thing that's worth getting. So that should be something that could be capitalized on. I don't know.
I'm all for more skins, and it could be a reward as to, like, when you got the level 10, you get the master skin, you can get a, you know, game variant skin at level 20 that costs 20,000 gold.
There you go.
That's a good idea, because right now the rewards for hitting 20 are kind of, I don't know, not that great.
It's just bragging rights at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you think, Eldorian?
So my opinion is, I like the idea conceptually, except for the part where if I'm like Diablo and I get a skin as another like character in Warcraft, they already like Diablo is made to feel like Diablo. You know, the heroes are made to feel like that hero.
Mm-hmm.
That if you gave another hero in, now it's that hero with skills and stuff like Diablo, and that seems a little weird to me in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't like the fact that if they did additional skins instead of doing just making that hero. So like, let's say they end up bringing in Deckard Cain, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of making him a skin, actually make him a hero in the game.
Wait, no, I'm confused. The way I understood it is I thought that, like, we were going to be giving, you know, like Diablo, like, you know, Protoss shoulder pads and call it, you know, a StarCraft theme skin that would qualify him as a StarCraft character.
Yeah,
for quests,
like a tabard,
like dressing them up like a different character.
See, the way that it was explained to me, and maybe I didn't listen to Twiz on here, but the way it was explained to me the other day was like you would be another hero, a different hero. Basically.
Oh no! This would be like Lily as the little panda that she is, but she's got like you know, some sort of a Diablo, you know, like she's got horns and she's got.
Just stick a soul stone in the middle of her forehead.
Something like
Diablo.
That. You know, it's kind of like no different than like a tabard in WoW. You know, where you're representing something else.
I see. So yeah, they basically already kind of do that with Illidan has a Spectre skin, which is StarCraft themed. So yeah, in that case, you could possibly play as Illidan with that Spectre theme and get a StarCraft assassin.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going after. that type of thing. So
See,
I don't know.
misunderstood you. I thought you were bringing in additional heroes. And...
No, not bringing in additional heroes. However, I will say if Deckard Cain does get introduced, he totally needs a walker for a mount.
or a power wheel thing.
Yeah. Stay a while and push core
around.
Has anybody seen the Carbots Animations new Heroes cartoon that they did? They did the first episode last week.
No, I haven't.
The mount in that game is just like one of those like little horse heads on a stick. The Rainer's just like going through and riding it around. It was hilarious.
Now there's a skin set I would buy day one pretty much for whatever price they would want to put it at. Is a StarCraft skin set.
Element Zero brought up a pretty good thing in the chat room. She said when they release heroes at the rate of one a week, like they said they would, wouldn't this kind of skin be obsolete, assuming that they do fill in every combination of role in the universe?
And she said every 3 weeks. She
every 3 weeks. Okay. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's one of those things where it's a skin variation, you know, and after a certain while, that's all it is a skin variation. It's nothing that's going to, you know, completely alter the gameplay and the game style and everything like that. It's just like a mount in WoW or something like that. It's one of those things that you have on the back burner that you just throw on every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it probably just adds like an extra layer onto the game, makes it a little bit more confusing. It's like I was going through and I needed to play a Warcraft character, so I just hopped on Lily, but I forgot to change my skin, so I'm not getting credit because this is a Diablo one, so I have to go back in and change the skin even though I really like this one. I think it just makes it a little bit too complicated when, you know, eventually it's not going to be an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Eventually we will have...
Yeah, you know how many times I've jumped into a game
riding
the wrong
horse
mount?
Yeah.
And I'm mad, and it ruins the whole game for me.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Technology's not there. You can't add more deck slots.
Oh, God.
True.
Getting into this, and we're not going to add flying into Heroes of the Storm either.
Right.
But other than that, to address one of the other points and the idea about like being able to buy a skin for gold, I would like to see maybe them do a couple skins for gold, because hey, I don't have to pay money for it, but I don't see them doing much beyond the master skins themselves, just because it's the only way that they'll really make money, because skins is the one thing you have to pay cash for. Sure. There's no other way that you can get them anyway. The fact that they actually have the master skins for gold only instead of cash is, you know, pretty cool, because you have to, if you're running around with a master skin, it shows I played the game, I not only got the hero to 10, but I also farmed up 10,000 gold in order to buy the skin, as opposed to, you know, anything else in most other games where it's just I dropped $5 on the skin type thing.
Yeah.
Or you could be double whammy like me and run around the pig mount as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Daddy Warbucks with his pig mount.
I think you just wanted to take an opportunity to brag about your pig mount personally.
Of course.
So. Ever so slightly.
All right, so let's move right along, guys. Food for thought. Podcast at BlizzPro.com if you guys want to hit us up with your thoughts on that. And we will absolutely read any and all emails on the air. Yeah. So, but anyways, they introduced, and they dropped a little bit of a bomb on us, the Butcher. They introduced the Butcher. He is coming in a ferocious manner. All sorts of abilities and craziness. What are you guys' thoughts on this guy? I see the big smiles on everybody. I mean, I know Nineball hates Diablo to begin with, but I see, you know, Charlie's very happy. Underwhelmed.
I'm just excited that we have another melee assassin. We've been needing another melee assassin for a while, it feels like. I think the last one was Thrall, maybe?
Yep.
I'm surprised he was an assassin, not a warrior.
Yeah, especially like in the preview videos that they've shown of him, how much health he has.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys think he's going to make his way to a top-tier hero, possibly, or not?
I think every melee assassin has the opportunity to be very, very strong, especially with someone like Abathur running around in the game, or supported by certain heroes that can give him good utility. So I'll have to see where his damage is at and how that other ultimate looks. But right now, I'm pretty. The hype is very, very high for me. This is the character I've been waiting for pretty much since it's been data mined. So I'm really excited for June 30th.
Yep.
his passive ability is crazy too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, basically it's every time you kill a minion, it drops 1 meat and you can pick it up. And for every meat that you pick up, you get a +1% bonus to your damage. And for if you kill a hero, they drop 3 meat. And it goes up, it stacks up to 25.
Plus,
So,
I get to say beat for meat. I mean, the potential is just there for wonderful conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, he's going to be able to dish it out like no other, I think. Plus, one of his abilities is basically a lifesteal. So, you know, he gets down, he just starts beating on you, and he just heals back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, you know, these next heroes that we're going to be seeing coming out is really showing, like, the design teams, like, what they've learned over the course of the alpha and the beta, because you go and you look at Johanna, she's like the perfect tank. She's got an incredible amount of HP, she's got a stun, she has a blind, you know, she has 2 other stuns that she can take for her ultimate ability, she's got slows, her trait is just, you know, a shield, amazing talent set, she's like the penultimate tank, you know, she's just amazing. The only thing that she's lacking is damage. And then when you go and you look at the Butcher, again, it's like the perfect skill set. We have no idea what talents he's going to have available to him, but as a melee assassin, he's got a massive slow, he has an ultimate where he can, you know, basically chain a character to a particular spot in the ground. He has another ability which gives him an amazing amount of sustain, since it's 75% lifesteal and it's 150% when attacking enemy heroes. He's got a charge with a stun. You know, it's just, he's got this great set of skills that makes him like, this is what a melee assassin should be. It's everything that he needs.
That charge ability is just absurd.
Here's what I see. Like, as soon as I saw that whole chaining to the ground thing and whatever, like, I pictured myself chaining minions all day long. Like, that's all I would ever get. You know, it'd be like...
It only chains heroes.
Yeah,
So
it
you
only
does
chains
it?
heroes.
Does it? Okay, that makes me feel a lot better, because I was like, okay, it's going to be like a Stitches hook, where I'm just going to be grabbing minions all day long, and I'm just going to see this little dude with an arrow trying to run away and getting, you know, jerked back or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, Nineball said something that I wanted to go back to, is he said that the talents weren't shown yet. However, there were some people that got to go to Blizzard campus and get to see some of this, and some of them were able to play Butcher and write down the talents. And,
I missed this.
Yeah, one of his level 20 talents is Lamb for the Slaughter chains all enemy heroes.
Jeez.
So that's going to be pretty awesome.
In a radius, right? Not global or anything?
Yeah, in a radius. So, like, if they're bunched together and you slap that down, well, they're going to...
Yeah.
It's going to look like a big petting zoo.
It initiate with Johanna pulling them in, stunning them with the shield, and then following it up with that.
Yeah, but his level 20s are the Furnace Blast, his other ultimate, explodes twice. I'm not too impressed with the Furnace Blast ultimate.
Yeah.
I really like the Lamb of Slaughter. He has
too much of a delay.
Yeah, he has Nexus Blades, which his basic attacks do damage and slow enemies. And then his other one is Bolt of the Storm.
Okay.
Teleport.
Yep.
Probably end up taking Bolt because I'm lame.
You know what? It probably doesn't. Did you guys see any other type of escape mechanics that he's got?
That looks to be the only one. I do know. Let's see. At level 4, he can get in Venom, so that's going to be pretty big for him. I don't see any other things. He can get Spell Shield, so he can get a little bit of reduced damage.
Imagine
13,
in Venom
but...
with the full 25 stacks of fresh meat.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
I'm taking my pants off.
Or at level 16, he can take Blood Frenzy, where fresh meat grants attack speed as well.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
Well, I mean, obviously I didn't do enough research. He does sound a lot... He sounds a lot better than initial. I mean, I looked at his basic abilities and stuff like that, and I thought... that's cool that you... Again, I thought he chained minions, so I was like... I'm not in, but no,
Only heroes.
sounds pretty cool. So
I want to chain Abathur and see if when Abathur tries to dig into the ground, he just gets pulled right back out so I can
that
hit
would
him.
be awesome. That would be awesome.
That's what I want to do.
We'll test that out.
Hey,
We'll have
here's
to do some testing.
here's a
but-
Yes,
Nito
PTR.
Bandito
June
thing.
23rd.
Oh, yeah, June 23rd he goes into the
That's right.
PTR. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
June 30th.
he's up and
release.
out. Yep.
Mhm.
I did learn a pretty cool thing though. With Abathur, we killed somebody. I tunneled and I got their coin. So I'm just basically sitting at my base with a coin. And then I did the is it Ultimate Evolution where I
Yes, sir.
Yep, where I cloned JR, who was Illidan, and I had my coin and I was able to turn it in as Illidan. So kind of a neat thing for you Abathur players out there that are stuck with a coin on your Abathur that you don't know how to get rid of.
If you somehow got one.
If you somehow got one, if you were the right place, right time, and you
Next
got
level
one.
strat, just let Abathur get all the coins, hide in base.
Yes,
He's the bank.
that's
Abba
right.
Bank.
Abba Bank all day long.
I like it.
Okay, so one of the other things that they did talk about is this this new map called Eternal Conflict. Okay, so this video got released. Now, guys, there's an article, all the videos that you're going to watch right now. Everything is on heroes.blizzpro.com. We've got all of it covered, so make sure you guys have that bookmarked and you're going. But let's talk a little bit about this Eternal Conflict. What is the point of this? Let me start playing this here. What is the point? Okay, sorry guys, for those of you who are wondering what that was all about, why things just kind of got a little funky. I lost power. Like, my entire office went black, my computer shut down, everything shut down, it's just whatever. So, I'm trying to, like, splice 2 episodes together, so I don't know if it's going to work out or not. I'm going to try my best, though. So, anyways, like we were talking, we were just getting into a discussion about Eternal Conflict and the map that they released and everything like that, and I mentioned this a little bit before. I'm not sure where I'm going to splice this in at, but just in case, check out heroes.blizzpro.com. We've got all the videos you guys are going to see, everything like that. So make sure you guys have that bookmark. But let's talk a little bit about Eternal Conflict and what is the point of this map? How does this work? What is this all about?
Basically, one side of the map is heaven-themed, and the other side is hell-themed, and it's a Diablo map, obviously. And the mechanic is that 2 immortals spawn in the center of the map with 4 circles positioned across each of them in the shape of like an X. 1 angel and 1 demon will spawn opposite of each other, and then the team's job is to protect their own minion while killing the others, and whoever kills the other immortal will win their immortal to fight for them. Now, once they get that immortal, it will head to the strongest lane, which is the least pushed out or whatever, and it'll start doing work for you. It looked very interesting in the preview. It sounds like a map where you're going to be having a lot of team fights, and it'll be interesting to see how strategies develop around that map.
Cool. Snuggy says there's an angel and a devil, and they don't like each other.
It's true.
And one of the important things about that mechanic is that not only do you have to kill your opponents, you have to try and protect yours, because your immortal will spawn with that whatever life that it has left. So if you barely win and it only has like 2% life, it's going to die by the time that it gets to the opponent's lane in order to push anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was life, if it was health on it, or if it was how much power it has. I wasn't very clear on that, because I think it was if you defend yours at 100%, it's like having a 100 golem on Haunted Mines, basically. Whereas if it's at like 50%, I think it's like having a 50 golem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, did they display whether or not in the map like you could shield it? That was one thing I wasn't clear on, if it would be able to be affected by any status effects, like not the actual immortal that spawns in lane, but the one you're trying to protect. Could you heal it or shield it or anything?
I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I think it's going to work like the
like
golem.
a golem. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one question that I had, the way that it was worded, is that it sounds like when you go through and the whole point was to try and keep as much health on your immortal as possible. Or either it was going to spawn with that amount of health when it goes through and attacks, and it can be killed, or it's going to spawn and it has a limited reserve of power based on how much health it had, and you can't actually fight against it. It's just going to sit there and do damage, and there's no way that you can stop it.
Okay. I
guess we'll have to wait until the 23rd and find out more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's more to come on that, but at least you guys have a good kind of a crash course idea of what the map is about and what kind of the premise is, what the mechanics of it are. And that's one of the things I do want to talk about. It is the map itself, guys, is absolutely gorgeous. I'm playing the video right now. It's as you can see, it starts over on the heaven side. I like the way that, like, I don't know. It's set up, to me, it kind of looks like it's set up very kind of similarly to, what's the map I'm thinking of? It's not really Tomb of the Spider Queen, but it, Dragon, yep, yeah.
I think it's kind of like, it is a bit akin to
Mines.
Yeah, Haunted Mines, because it looks to only have 2 lanes. With even though there is a corridor in the center, there's no minions that path through it. It only has the 2 on the top and the bottom.
Okay.
So lots of gank potential going on in the center there.
I wonder if you can Abathur your own dude.
That would be interesting.
You're immortal?
I wonder. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. So that was one of the things that that crossed my mind originally when I was watching the video. So again, heroes.blizzpro.com, guys. Make sure you guys check that out. You can watch the maps, at your own pace, or you can just rewind this about a minute and a half. So, some of the other news that was coming out was they were expecting new heroes every 3 to 4 weeks, which I think is a little optimistic. But Blizzard has a lot of catching up to do. In the MOBA world, you look at Dota, you look at League of Legends and stuff like that, and they've the hero selection that they have is impressive. It's really nice. A lot of the heroes are just amazingly fun, but it's a drop in the bucket in comparison to the to heroes competition. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Obviously, more heroes are always great, and it'll be interesting to see how it affects like the ESL Pro Leagues and stuff like that. Like, because adding a new hero every month and telling these players like, okay, there's someone brand new in the meta, and they, hero drops on Tuesday, scheduled tournament on Friday. Do they just ban that hero outright? Do they try to play around it? Does somebody get really good with them in like the 4-day time span they have? So it should be interesting to see how that works with the pro scene, which is probably one of the more interesting aspects for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch a lot of esports with League of Legends or Dota, but how does it work there with new heroes? Does anybody know?
Just about to ask the same question.
For Dota 2, new heroes don't get put into Captain's Draft, which is basically a Hero League. Initially, I don't know, they don't really give an exact timetable, but it's usually like a month or 2 at least, it seems like, before it gets into professional play. I don't know about League, though.
Okay. This is why we keep you on the show, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's definitely one way of doing it. It's better for them to actually have a schedule for releasing the heroes. That way, they can better plan the timing or the releases around these tournaments. Like Intel Extreme Masters and other events like that. They might be able to go through and push a hero release back 1 week, so that way it doesn't actually affect that particular tournament. Or the fact that they're going through and they're doing a PTR for the Eternal Conflict and showing the Butcher off before they release it, maybe that'll give people some time to practice with it before it's actually put in.
Sure.
Yeah,
different ways they go about it.
The negative to that, though, is it almost forces pro teams to have to play on the PTR before a champion or a hero comes out, and just so that they make sure they know that hero.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and I guess just on the other aspect of it is, I don't think that like the 3 to 4 week release schedule is going to be there for more than a year or so. eventually they're going to have a good solid roster of heroes, and they don't have to come out with a new one in order to keep attention going.
Sure.
Every 3 weeks. Eventually it's going to get to the point where we're good. We have all of our bases covered, and they have to spend a little bit more time going and actually designing and putting thought into a character's skill set or their kit, and they can maybe do one every couple of months or something along those lines, just because everyone has they're oversaturated with the number of heroes that they already have.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
League
League was exactly like that too. I mean, they had heroes. I almost want to feel like they almost had one a week for a while, for a little bit there. I don't really remember, but it was pretty aggressive, them getting the hero numbers up.
I just know that Blizzard, if they come out and say we're going to release heroes every 3 to 4 weeks, they need to keep to that schedule, because the minute that they don't, the internet's going to be butthurt.
Yeah,
that's weird. No, I don't think so, dude, because they're never butthurt about anything. So,
the internet is such a kind, caring place.
It is. So, hey, moving right along, guys. One of the things, if you look at the @BlizzHeroes Twitter account, they posted a picture not too awful long ago, and I'm going to bring this up here, guys. Couple of things that we noticed about this particular picture. I mean, this was the introduction for Eternal Conflict and everything like that, but there's a couple of things of note to talk about in this picture, and actually, JR was the one that saw a lot of these interesting things. So, JR, why don't you kind of walk us through this picture and point out some of the things that maybe the average person that skimmed across it didn't notice?
Yeah, so the first thing you're going to see is there in the bottom right-hand corner is someone we haven't seen in Heroes of the Storm, and that will probably be the next hero after Butcher, and that is the Skeleton King, or King Leoric, or however you want to know him by. This is pretty obvious he's probably going to be he's been data mined before, so pretty obvious he's probably going to be coming with this Diablo theme, probably after Butcher.
He was also shown at BlizzCon 2013. There was a skins video that they had. There's actually a couple of heroes that haven't been released that were shown during that.
Yeah. So the other thing you will notice is right above him is Nova on a mount with a skin there. And if you are a Diablo fan and played Diablo 2, she looks like an Amazon from Diablo 2. So she's going to have like an Amazon skin. And I believe they did show that in a video recently. Then on the left-hand side here, you see Tyrande with a skin that is very angelic in nature. Possibly Diablo themed, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know. But the one above him is Diablo in a angel type
is that a
outfit.
Heradric or whatever? Is that what that is?
No, it's just an angelic Diablo.
Angelic?
Just like just like they have the demonic Tyrael, floating up there. We already have that skin. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
And it looks like Tastar maybe is
dressed normal.
Yeah, I think that's his master skin.
Yeah.
So
anyways, kind of cool, guys.
Cool
yeah, you pay
skins.
attention to these kinds of things. It's really interesting to see what you see and maybe what you can pick out. So, let's see. What else? So they're talking about a new content patch every 2 months, and we here at BlizzPro have a sneaky feeling that maybe the next theme after Diablo is going to be StarCraft, which I have to say I'm a huge fan of. I hope to God that happens. I really do. I love all the StarCraft characters, all the StarCraft things they've done with this game thus far, and so I didn't play much StarCraft in the past, and it's always one of those games that I stop playing and then I pick up like 5 months later, and I'm like, why in the holy hell did I even stop playing this game? And so to hear or to have that kind of an itch to think that maybe StarCraft will be the next theme, I think that'll be great. However, a lot of the community seems to think they're going to be at a lack of heroes to be able to introduce on that.
There's plenty of heroes to introduce for StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Slap a generic name on any of the units too.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, if you get desperate, you could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that with Sergeant Hammer, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Wasn't dang it, I forgot the leader of the Dominion. Why am I forgetting his name?
Arcturus Minx?
Yeah, Arcturus Minx. Wasn't he actually shown in the game as as a hero?
I think he was data mined.
Yeah, or at least one of the data mined ones. Yeah, or you have Arcturus Minx, and then you have a whole new roster of characters that's coming up in Legacy of the Void.
Yep.
Edmund Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't use that.
Mm-hmm.
And Tosh.
Yeah, Tosh.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay.
Tosh, Phoenix. Yeah.
So cool. Well, let's cross our fingers. We're gonna take a look and hope that might happen. But who knows? I can't wait for the Heroes of the Storm theme. That'll be interesting.
I can't wait for Overwatch.
That'll
You have to wait until that game's released.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
However, that might be kind of a cool segue, like if they had an Overwatch character before Overwatch was released.
It's not going to happen, though.
I know it's not going to happen, but it would be like, oh, what is this ability? Oh, that's a cool thing. Oh, this makes me want to play Overwatch when it comes out.
Yeah.
Take my money. So, anyways, any other thoughts on the live stream event or anything like that? Especially Jimmy, I know you were there. Any other thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, it was really fun actually being able to go out there. I mean, it was very much like any other in-person Blizzard event. It's like a mini BlizzCon. You could get a temporary tattoo, you could get a caricature, you could get pictures in front of a Heroes themed background, all sorts of stuff like that. The only bummer, I guess, was that it wasn't public, which is always a bummer, I feel like, for these type of events, because Blizzard is very community focused and there wouldn't be anything without the community. And this was just invite only, and mostly streamers, I think, were invited. But it was good seeing a lot of the people we talk to online all the time, like Gillyweed and the Februar and just all sorts of people. Another Notch. But yeah, it was really good. Lots of fun and free food and free alcohol.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Yeah.
Can't say no to that.
Yeah, I would love for those to be public, but unfortunately, if they made it public, they would have to pick like a way bigger venue.
Yeah, I think Nineball will agree with me on this. The last time they did a private event like this was the D3 Reapers of Soul launch, and that was just an amazing event. It was just really a bummer that it wasn't open to the public.
Oh, you know what I hate hearing? I got invited to that, and to this day, I still kick myself for not making adjustments to do that.
I think the Diablo event was like a little different because it wasn't meant to be public. That was more of a celebration for Blizzard, because at a certain point they actually kicked all non-Blizzard employees out of the venue, so that way they could continue the party for themselves.
See, that would have irritated me if that had happened. So maybe I'm glad I didn't go.
So, you know what? One of the things I do want to bring up real quick, not to change gears too much, but I picked up a starter pack this week. Okay, and so what I'm doing, the perks of being in the Heroes Power Hour chat room on twitch.tv/Twizcast on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time is Twiz gives gifts out. So I would like to congratulate Element Zero. She is the proud owner of a Zeratol. Yep. So I will be sending you that code, and for those of you who are in the chat room right now, I still have a Jaina and a Sonia that I will be giving out. So perks of being in the chat room. I'm handling all this in the chat room instead of on the feed. So, cool. Well, you know what? Is there anything else that we want to talk about before we go into section 2 of the podcast?
Really quickly, I want to give a shout out to Heroes Hype. They invited me last week to cast their Heroes Hype Amateur League, which is every Wednesday night. It was a lot of fun, and it was like one of the first tournaments to use 2 bands during draft, and it was really exciting to do that. So thanks to everyone over there for giving me the opportunity. Check them out.
Cool.
Hey, Twiz.
Yes.
Are we gonna go over the Arthas build?
Oh my God, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Wow, I missed that too.
I missed it too. Well, yeah, it's at the very. Our show notes made it look like the end was. Yeah. I hope this.
I will
still
fix
works,
that for
okay.
next time. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're fine. Let's see. I hope this still works. I hope I'm still logged into game and everything. It looks like I am. So okay, let's go over. We do have an Arthas build, guys, and let's go through. Why am I brain farting? Here we go. Arthas. There we go. Let's talk a little bit about Arthas' abilities. And this is an article that's on heroes.blizzpro.com, correct?
Yes.
So you can read more in depth. It's put together by Mr. Balrog Fan BP. You might know him. So let's talk a little bit of Arthas, man. What do you got? What's going on with this guy?
Well, he has an amazing trait that allows him to regain mana and get a massive buff on his next auto attack. And the best thing about it is when you attack, as soon as you get hit confirmation or you see the damage, you can hit D and it'll immediately reset your attack. So it almost acts as an attack speed increase steroid. Think of it as just getting a double attack. It really ups his damage output, and once you master that, you can kind of put this build to use and use him to roam around early and get good ganks. Death Coil kind of serves as a sustain skill that allows you to also pick off targets that are fleeing. Howling Blast is something you have to get used to toggling on and off for his to maximize his mana, because he has mana problems if you just walk around with Howling Blast on all the time. You aren't going to be able to do what you want to do. Or I'm sorry, Frozen Tempest, that's his E. Howling Blast is the root that comes out, and I find it's best to kind of like make your presence known before you root. Don't try to root out of an area. I mean, you can come out of the jungle, but like if you're just laning with somebody, it's best not to just throw the root. They'll see it coming. It's best to kind of chase them off and see which direction they're going to go, and then hit them with the root, and then you can often secure a kill. And that's kind of how he uses basic abilities. Summon Syndragosa is just an amazing ability. I don't even like taking Army of the Dead ever. Syndragosa can shut down towers. If you have a level lead, it allows you to keep that and keep pressure on anyways, in hopes of keeping your level lead. And the way it can slow people down too just can lead to some really favorable engages. So those are just his abilities. And then with the build, I like Regeneration Master once. It's kind of like an early game investment to give him late game survivability. None of the other talents on this level do a whole lot for him, in my opinion, and Regeneration Master allows him to be the force that he is late. And just, you know, you got to grab your globes, so investing in that is something that helps out late. By the way, anybody can jump in or say anything at any point. I'm just trying to rush through this real quick.
That's fine.
With Destruction at level 4, that's where you start to get a really big damage boost, especially if you are able to land that combo consistently where you auto-attack, get hit confirmation, hit D, auto-attack right away again, because that's going to buff you up by 150% on your basic attacks, and your basic attacks that are Frostmourne and Hungered. And that's where a lot of his early game damage comes from. After that, 7 is Rune Tap. He can back off and clear a Merc camp and come out ahead on health with Rune Tap. He can knock structures down and gain health. He can go farm objectives that are minions and gain health. It allows him to stay in lane or back off and do something useful while he refills his health without having to go all the way back to the Nexus. 13 is Biting Cold, and that gives you a big upgrade.
Which heroic did you go with?
Oh, Summon Syndragosa, sorry.
Okay.
13 is Biting Cold, and that just makes his his Frozen Tempest tick harder for 50% more damage every time. So think of it every 2 seconds you're getting a third second of damage or whatever.
Sure.
And it's a great skill, but if you are going up against a lot of hard CC where you need Relentless, take Relentless, because an immobile Arthas is often a dead Arthas. So sure. Biting Cold's great if you can get away with it, but Relentless is the pick against the CC comps that run around. Stone Skin at 16 is really good right now because of the bursty meta we're in. We're seeing a lot of Kel'Thas. We see Nova more than ever now. We see a lot of champions taking Gathering Power. So it's nice to have Stone Skin to kind of mitigate that. But if they don't have a bursty team, you can take Frostmourne Thieves for some extra damage. Basically it allows his Frostmourne Hunger's trait to apply to his next 2 basic attacks. So that tends to help his damage output. It's kind of do I need damage or do I need the shield here? And then at 20, I pretty much always take Hardened Shield. It's big for lowering damage and keeping things down. A lot of the times you're going to be in front of people, and they're going to want to blow their cooldowns on you to try to get you away, and then Hardened Shield kind of like makes them waste their talents and their mana and their resources on you and not do any damage with it. So, yeah,
cool. Yeah, you know what? He's one of those characters I started playing when I first picked up Heroes, and I didn't like him very much. But I didn't really understand the game very much at that time, so he's one of those guys that I definitely have to go and revisit a little bit. So we'll just take a look at some of the skins that we got here. That's that one. Here's your main.
Thing I wanted to say about Arthas is I hadn't seen him much until maybe the last month or so, and man, there's some really good Arthas players out there, and he can do a lot of damage. Like, I have seen him out damage assassins. Granted, they weren't very good assassins, but
yeah. What happened was someone played him in an ESL game and then was like, "Oh, hey, Arthas doesn't suck," you know, which
yeah, because everybody went away from him because they nerfed Envenom, because they took Envenom away.
Yep.
And then
I was even guilty of that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like, I'm not very good with him, but digitality is like freaking amazing with Arthas. He is so good on Arthas.
Yeah, I play with him a lot, and I've learned a lot from his Arthas play, where it's just gotten to the point where I can pick him comfortably just from watching him play. He's definitely a hero that takes a lot of practice. It's not someone that's easy mode to just pick up and start playing, but the investment in him is definitely a big payoff, because you can almost run him as a assassin who is hard to take down with the amount of damage and survivability he has.
Cool. Well, good game, guys. If you like these breakdowns, there's a bunch of them on the BlizzPro website, heroes.blizzpro.com. I know I keep saying it over and over again, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, you like these breakdowns, you like why certain talents are you know, and this is all based on current meta. You know, like Charlie said, this is a very bursty meta right now, where a lot of assassins, a lot of stuff going on, and so this is why we're picking this talent over the other one. So. But, well, very good, man. Very good. Hats off. Another good one.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So, all right. I almost forgot that. I appreciate that, Eldorian, you pimping me on that.
I will do a better job with the show notes next time.
You're fine, dude. It wasn't the show notes. It was the fact that I just didn't read it. So, anyways, very cool, guys. Anything else? Anything else? I don't want to cut this short, but
I have one thing.
What's that?
We kind of briefly mentioned it, but I don't think we ever actually pointed it out, that this upcoming Diablo content is just the beginning. That they are going to be releasing it like in waves. So that we have the map and the one hero. We kind of got the preview of Leoric, but they're going to have multiple heroes and more Diablo related content coming out, I'm guessing, over the next couple months.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking
So
forward to it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much the only new heroes and stuff that you're going to see for heroes for the next couple months is going to be Diablo related until it switches over to the next IP.
Yes. Which gives us all sorts of things to talk about. So
gives me something to talk about.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, that is going to bring this first portion of this episode to a close. If you guys want to watch the second portion of the gameplay that we are about to do, head on over to the BlizzPro YouTube channel. As always, check out heroes.blizzpro.com. And one last time, if you guys want to support us in any way, shape, or form financially, head on over to patreon.com/heroespowerhour. Pretty easy to remember that. And you can support us in that way. And there's perks and benefits that go along with that, so you can read all about that on our Patreon page. So.
Thanks, patrons.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you so much.
We really appreciate it.
Without a doubt. So, all right, guys. Until next week, take care, and we will catch you in the Nexus. See ya. And this is not working. Why is this not working? Okay.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Thank you, Jimmy. There we go.